What's going on, guys? Coming into the game, we're in the third quarter. Had family duties. Planned on doing the whole game, but, you know, life gets in the way sometimes. Check it, make sure we're live.
What's going on, guys?
And we are, so here we go. Alright. Just checking. Pretty good game so far. Basically what we got going on is got the defenses that are not showing up. Starting to show up a little bit here in the second half. Alright. Let's put the game here. Alrighty, here we go. Cowboys offense has done better than I thought they were. Got another flag on the field. A lot of flags this game. A lot of flags. Personal foul. Yeah, you can't do that. George Pickens, I mean, good player, but man, the mistakes he makes sometimes, it just doesn't make sense what he's doing. Let's try to fix that a little bit. Let's pull this a little bit closer. Maybe look a little bit better. Got him open. Oh, good defense. Good defense. You know, Commanders fan here, so we're kind of scouting this team out for the NFC East. That was good. Zach Bond coming up with a good play. All you got to do right there is get your hands up. That's got to go a little bit higher to give the tight end a chance. Here we go, 2nd and 22. They're going to dump it off to the, behind him. Can't make it happen. Oh, I got tipped to the line. Yeah, I don't know if none of y'all know. I put it in the shorts, but you had Jalen Green get ejected from the game before the first series even went for spitting on Dak Prescott. It was just stupid. Going again. Oh, that's a flag. Yeah, hit him in the head. Can't do that. That's going to be first down. Man, that was 3rd and 22. It's going to be a first down there. Can't have that. Was that Blankenship? Yeah. I mean, good play on the ball, but they protect the players now, so you can't be having that. Yeah, oh. Yeah, you cannot have that. So that's going to put him on the 11-yard line. I wouldn't be hitting him on the head, Dak. All right, 1st and 10 on the 11. Handoff. Gets a couple. Oh, he dropped it. Fumbled it. Got tackled by Dak. Fumbled it. Can't have that. Who is that? Sanders. Can't have that. Yep. That ball's out. Man. I mean, it seems like the Eagles are trying to lose this game. And just couldn't capitalize there. Cowboys couldn't capitalize. Yeah, man. That's a play that's going to come back to haunt him. Oh, that was Campbell, the rookie. Oh, that went down. I don't know why that keeps moving. There we go. There we go. Good game so far, though. Can't have that. Can't have that. Fumble. Scroll down again. I don't know why it keeps doing that. It's alright, we'll fix it.
Good game so far.
Thank you for joining me in the stream. Still got plenty of time. But, yeah, that does not help their case at all. When it comes to trying to win the game. Yeah, Cowboys got they got good receivers. Need to figure out that running back room. As you can tell, can't fumble there. That's a big no-no. Not in the red zone. Just cost yourself 3 points. And when you're going against a team like the Eagles, you know, every play counts. Every point matters. So. Got game tomorrow with the Chiefs. That'll be on YouTube, so we'll see if we stream that or not. Don't expect many viewers when the game is going to be on YouTube itself. It's kind of hard to double watch YouTube. Got some rain coming in is what they're showing. So right now it looks like no rain. So we'll see before it happens. Another reason why you got to get all the points you can, because if the rain does come, I mean, then you're going to have pretty much a running game. And Cowboys ain't been able to stop Hurts running. At least from what I saw. I missed a little bit of the beginning of the third, putting the kids down. But first half, you know, that was the big deal. That's why they had 14 points was from Jalen Hurts running the ball. Let's see. Yeah. what was it, the third one? Oh, Saquon Barkley for a 10-yard rush. So yeah, that's you got to stop the run, and that's what Jerry said when he traded Marcus Parsons. We're getting a person that can stop the run. Basically threw shade on Michael Parsons, saying he can't stop the run. Yeah, he can rush the passer, but can't stop the rush. So another suspend and play. Awesome. Welcome to Week 1. Weather delay. Already got a weather delay. That's ridiculous. I mean, I know you got thunder and lightning, so there's nothing you can do about that, but that is not what you want to do for Week 1. It's not how you want to start Week 1. Let's see how long the delay is going to be. So we got a weather delay. They haven't said how long it's going to be yet. Man. Yeah, that's what they're saying. It's going to be hard. The hardest thing is, being ready to play a game, and now you're going to cool down. Just getting basically another halftime. May benefit, kills the momentum that the Eagles had. They got the fumble recovery in the red zone, so that'll lose a little momentum. I know some people think momentum isn't a thing, but you talk to a lot of people. Momentum's a big deal. Yeah. Yeah, that is going to hurt them a little bit. But gives us time to talk, You ain't got a chance, that's what they're saying. A lot of these players haven't even played. And now they're going stop, go. So got a chance for some injuries, Hopefully not. You don't want to see any players get injured, especially the first game of the season. Yeah, Dak came in to make that tackle. If he wouldn't have got that tackle, that's a touchdown. Yeah, that's a touchdown. If he wouldn't have got that tackle, that's a fumble recovery for a touchdown all the way to the house. But Dak being a smart player. And I'm not a big Dak fan. I'm not going to lie and say that I am, but I think he's got something to prove this year. Let's see. Let's make a thumbnail for the live. Over on the weather delay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to do this or not, so I'm definitely thinking about doing this with Commanders games. So Commander fans out there, want to watch the game together. I'll be here most likely. Can't promise every game. We gotta get. Go this one. That one didn't fit. See if this one works. There you go. One second. There we go. And then we will do this. Change this white. Font. Text. We will do. We can do a little bit bigger, not much. Yeah, that's good right there. Go over a little bit. There we go. Still delayed. Not saying when it's going to come back for a little bit. Making a thumbnail for the video. Excuse me not talking. Gotta change that. We will change this to I'll do that one. Make it a little bit bigger then. There we go. That will do right there. Yeah, still on delay. You guys doing all right tonight? Let's go back here. Let's edit. There we go. Let's edit some more. All right, there we go. Fixed the thumbnail and everything. Updated that on YouTube, so we should be good there. Check and see how Alrighty. Let's see what they're talking about. Took the game off for a second. While I was doing that, I had it muted, wasn't paying attention. Man. 11:15 is when they think that the lightning is going to clear, which means the game could resume at 11:30. Wow. Yeah. Prop might not be here all night, guys. Might only be here for a little bit longer. It's 30 minutes of delay. And that is not what we want. So that was from Ari Merov. Yep. Oh, 11:15, huh? Not how. Well, I mean, it works for me. I mean, I started this late, so. One second. closer. It's getting hot in here with the lights on. Yeah, I'm gonna fix this light. There we go. If I can just get it to stay right there. Still a little bright. Still figuring out the lighting and everything. Doing the. There we go. Yeah, that looks better. That looks better. I have to find something. Be able to change that down some. Let's see. I felt like this is gonna be too messing around with the lighting, guys. Give me a second. Oh, that's bright. That's better. Ah. That's a little bit better. There we go. It's not gonna hang. Not without. Trying to figure out this light is so bright. I might end up just turning it off for the night until I figure it out more. There we go. There we go. That should stay there for a little bit. Looks a little bit better. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. Just gotta hope it stays now. Let's see what they're talking about on the old X app. Change this real quick. Turn it towards me. There we go. Puts it off there. That'll help a little bit. A lot of people are mad at Jalen Carter, not because of what he did, but because they had bets on him. That's why I don't bet, man. I cannot gamble when it comes to sports. You never know what's going to happen, and that is not what you want. Not what you want. So let's take a look while we're sitting around. Ain't nothing going to happen. Let's see what the box score is. Got Dak Prescott, 12 for 20. We'll go full box score. There we go. So we got Dak Prescott. Got him 12 for 20, 127 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. And then you got Jalen Hurts, 13 for 15, 111 yards, and 1 sack. No touchdowns, no interceptions, 1 sack for 8 yards. Man, he's been running the... Yeah, because you go down here to rushing. Miles Sanders just had the fumble in the red zone. So, I mean, he had 53 yards on 4 carries, but that was on that one long run. But the fumble just knocks that back. They got Javonte Williams, 12 carries for 49 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think you just got to give it to him, honestly. I mean, if you're going to use Sanders, you use him, I guess not out of the red zone. I mean, you got to give him his chance for redemption, but that was a big blow. And, if this game doesn't come back, I mean, we're delayed for still got another 15 minutes when they're even saying the delay, and then another 15, to make sure there is no lightning. Saquon Barkley is 11 carries for 61 yards, 1 touchdown. And then, Jalen Hurts, 6 carries, 48 yards, 2 touchdowns. Will Shipley, not a big Will Shipley fan. Nothing against him. I just think I don't know. I just don't think he's going to turn out. He may be. I don't think he's going to be like Danny Woodhead. Somebody said he was going to be the new version of Danny Woodhead. I don't see it. I mean, it could happen. But then you have him for 3 carries, 26 yards. And that was on a long run he had. Receiving, CeeDee Lamb didn't have a catch for not CeeDee Lamb. A.J. Brown still doesn't have a catch. CeeDee Lamb has 4 catches for 86 yards. I believe he had a pass interference as well, called on him. Got the call. Kevontae Turpin, man, that guy's so fast. So fast. 16 yards on 1 reception. And then you got George Pickens, two receptions, 15 yards. But he had that penalty near the red zone. They luckily got a penalty on the Eagles, so it kind of knocked them back. Didn't hurt them as much as it should have. Had to take a sippy sip. But then you have, which is this to me is the craziest stat. Jahan Dotson has 2 receptions for 55 yards. The next is Dallas Goedert with 6 receptions for 35 yards. Then you have Saquon Barkley, 2 receptions for 11 yards, and Devontae Smith, 2 receptions, 9 yards. That is insane. A.J. Brown doesn't even have a reception. Not even that. He doesn't even have a target. That is wild to me. I mean, they're winning. Can't complain, but that is still wild that your best pass catcher doesn't even have a target. Miles Sanders with a fumble. How's Kenny Clark playing? Got 3 tackles. 1 solo. The only person who's got a sack is Marshawn Nealon. I mean, that's what happens when you trade away Micah Parsons. Dante Fowler came from the Commanders. Played well for us last year. He wanted too much money, basically, is what the team said. You could tell, and didn't re-sign him, let him go, and it shows. He has not played good tonight. He has zeros all across the stat board. When your quarterback has more tackles than you do, yeah, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. Go look over here. And then see, like, you got a lot of, this Malik Hooker, 7 tackles. Kenneth Murray, who I think is a stud. 6 tackles. Kyer Elam, great. I think he's a pretty good player as well. Zach Bond, what a revival of his career from last season. And then you got Cooper DeJean at 5. They've been going at Adoree Jackson all night. He's got 4 tackles. Reed Blankenship had the penalty in the end zone right before the fumble. Didn't hurt him. Jordan Davis, 2. Sidney Brown, Nolan Smith Jr. But no sacks. No sacks on Dak. So, neither defense has really done anything. Let's check kick returns. Turpin, 4 for 81 yards. And then Jalen Tolbert, 1 for 20 yards. John Mechie, the third, 1 for 20. And Will Shipley, 1 for 12. So, and then you have Brandon Aubrey. He had it was 53-yarder? Yeah, 53-yarder. To me, he's the new, he's the kicker you want. But then you had Jake Elliott as well, hit a 58-yarder. He kind of had a slump at the end of last season, which I think it could have hurt him in a few games. But that team was just so good last year, so they have a lot to try to get back to this year. We will go back to the game cast. Get off of that. So, back here. Nothing going on. Let's check and see. As people in the post on both TikTok and on YouTube Shorts, when Jalen Carter got ejected from the game, do you think he should be suspended? What do you think the penalty should be? And getting mixed reactions. Some people said it should be a game suspension. Some people were saying 3-4 games. I had one that said, yeah, charge him with a felony. He's not going to get charged with anything. He definitely is going to get fined. A hefty fine, and he's definitely going to. I don't know if they'll suspend him, but that's not a good look for the league, especially week 1. Game hadn't even started. That's the biggest deal, I think, is that the game hadn't even got going. I think if you're in the middle of like a scrum or something's happening, you can, but they're not going to let you spit on a quarterback and get away with it. So I think he may be suspended. We'll see, but you just can't have it. There's a reason. He's a very talented player, but there's a reason he fell in the draft. And I know he had some issues at Georgia where he was arrested and stuff. And, I think he got a slap on the wrist with that. And, what here we are. I mean, it just kind of shows you gotta be, if you're going to play in the NFL, you got to be a professional. Sure, things happen, but you can't even say tempers were flared at that moment because nothing was going on. Hadn't even snapped. It wasn't even the first drive yet. He was just. I know he was trying to get in Dak's head or something like that, but it was just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. I read something. Let's see if I can find it. It said Kyle Brandt said that he was standing near the tunnel when they went through the tunnel. Him and Big Dom, which we're gonna have to. It's interesting about that guy, Big Dom. I don't know exactly what he does, but he's like the team security. It seems like. I know that's what he pretty much is, but said he was walking with him and he was kind of chewing him out, talking to him, and Jalen Carter wasn't even paying him attention. Like he didn't even care what he was saying, and that's not a good look. That's not a good look, especially it's. I know it was banner night, and I know Sirianni said, "Oh, that's last season. We're looking past that," but still, to do that, first game is just it's uncalled for. It's ridiculous, and if they go on to lose, it's what was it for? What was the reason? What was even the sense of doing it? Because at the end of the day, it was, like I said, ridiculous. There was no sense in it. It done nothing for the game. It done nothing for your team. All it did was hurt your team, and that's why I said it wasn't even worth it at the end of the day. So the fact that he did that was just uncalled for and just made no sense. Still waiting to see what's going on. I don't think. I hope it's not going to take all night. I know there's going to be no way that I'm going to be here all night waiting for the game to come back on. I love football, but I'm not going to wait till midnight to see. Thank you guys for checking in, hanging out. Like, subscribe. A lot of people live. I appreciate you guys checking in with so many people. Scrolling through it now on my phone and looking and seeing how many people are actually live during this game. And there are a lot of lives. I did not realize it. But that is week one for you. A lot of people coming to check in, see what's going on. Going on 11:08. See if we got any updates. Still no updates. Adam Scheffner game could resume at 11:30. So, still waiting to see what's going to happen. Well, I guess while we're here, let's check and see. Chargers, Kansas City tomorrow. And then Yeah, at 1 o'clock on Sunday. We played. The Commanders play the Giants. I may be live streaming that game. Not showing the game. Not trying to get a copyright on the channel. But yeah, might go live, watch the game. Hoping for a big year. Last season was big for the team. Was big for the team. We all hoped that Jaden would be what we were looking for in a quarterback. We swung a few times, going all the way back to Jason Campbell. And then we Robert Griffin III. Everybody knows how that went down. Then we went with Dwayne Haskins after that. That didn't work out. And, so a lot of people, when we took Jaden, we feel like we had a curse on us. And most of that came with Dan Snyder. You talk to most Commanders fan, Dan Snyder was a person that we do not like. And you see that the first season without him, we had Sam Howell quarterback, which I think he's a talented player, but he throws too many picks. He throws way too many picks. And as you can see, he's been traded. I think he's on his fourth team now. So we went with us to the Seattle, then the Vikings. I think it's Seattle, the Vikings, and now he's on the Eagles, I believe. Maybe it's not the Eagles. Maybe it's another team. Maybe it is the Vikings. I don't know. But, yeah, that's, like I said, it's just wild. I think he's a talented player. And I was a big, I knew we had to take a quarterback. If you were with the second pick last year, we had to take a quarterback. There was no and ifs or buts about it. I did believe that if Jaden was took first, which I knew he was, and I knew they were going to take Caleb first. I think Drake May is a talented quarterback, but I think you need to have pieces around Drake May for him to really, for you to get the most out of it. And I think that's what we'll see this coming season. I think he has the talent to get it done, but I think without having those established wide receivers, for instance, like Joe Burrow, I think you put Joe Burrow with anybody, and he's going to make the team better. It's the same thing I think with Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels is just one of those quarterbacks that ups the game of everyone around him. And I believe that, like Justin Herbert and a few other, they're very talented quarterbacks, but I think without having those established pieces, there's only so far they're going to get. That's the reason the Chargers haven't went far in the playoffs. I think it's because they need that extra player to help them get over that hump. And, with the Bengals, Joe Burrow's got those outstanding wide receivers with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. I mean, you can't ask for more there, and that's with us. That's why we had to re-sign Terry McLaurin this year. I mean, there was no ands, ifs, or buts about it. We had to get him signed. We had to get that deal done, and we did. We did. And with Debo this year, I think that's what we need to help. Last year, if you watch the games, a lot of people were just kind of trying to take Terry McLaurin out of the game. But because Jaden Daniels he's so good, it's because he if you watch him play, a lot of quarterbacks, the good ones, they throw you where you're supposed to be, not where you are. And, you'll see that's why a lot of times balls will go behind players is because they'll throw them kind of where they're at. And Jaden throws it where you're supposed to be. If you run the route, he's going to hit you where the route's supposed to be. And I think that's why he's had success last year is because guys understood, I just got to do my job. And if I run my routes, if I get open, he's gonna find me open. And, that's what he did a lot last season. And I think with Debo this year, it just gives the team an extra person for the other opposite team's defense to pay attention to. And I really think that's going to help us. I think we're going to run the ball a little bit more. That's why we had to get it. We went out and got Larry Tunsil. They needed somebody on that left side to kind of help. A lot of people said last year, insider wise around the team, said that Brandon Coleman most likely is a guard, and as you see, they placed him on the depth chart as the left guard. And then, Sam Cosme is going to be your right guard when he comes back from injury. Hopefully he comes back and he's still the same player that he was. But then, the rookie, I wasn't a huge fan when they drafted him, Josh Connerly. It made sense why they drafted him. When you watch his tape at Oregon, he's very athletic, good player, and he will eventually be most likely our starting left tackle in the future when Larry Tunsil is done playing. Unless he just goes out there and just becomes an amazing right tackle, then you're not going to take him off the right side. Unless you don't have a left tackle. The left tackle is what they said. What was the movie The Blind Side says that's the most important is the left tackle. So you're not going to have him on left tackle. But what looked like maybe a line that last year they were playing pretty well halfway through the season, and then they started getting dinged up. Injuries started happening. And you could tell that they couldn't block they couldn't run block at all. They would try, and then defense would just get in there. So that was the big thing with Brian Robinson. He's a very talented running back. He's gonna get you 800 yards a season, like he has been, 800, close to 1,000 each season. But he's never gonna be that guy that gets you a bunch of touchdowns. He's got the burners or anything like that. He needs a line to block for him. He's not going to get those extra yards. And that kind of proved, I think that's why the team let him go, is because, no offense to Chris Rodriguez, but that's what he is, I believe. He needs the line to block for him. We'll see how Bill does. Bill Merritt, Krosky Merritt. A lot of fans are high on him. I saw Cliff Kingsbury. He said, he's got a lot of hype behind him. There's only one thing you can do with that. Either show up or you don't. So we'll see how that goes. He's got him on 4th on the depth chart. We'll see if they play 4 running backs on Monday, if all 4 of them suit up. On Sunday, if all 4 suit up. Not sure if they will. There's a good chance. There's a good chance all 4 suit up. But then the big thing with the all 4 suiting up is you're not going to have all 4 of them playing. There's no way you're going to be able to get a guy going with only 4. And it's just not going to happen. So I think they really like drawing a blank. Not Williams. Drawing a blank, the guy we had last year came in and played very well for us. But yeah, they definitely like Chris Rodriguez. And then Austin Eckler, you can't forget about him. He's definitely going to be our 3rd down back. He's got to stay healthy, though, last season. And I think that's 100% why they kept 4. Austin Eckler had a few concussions last year, especially that big one on a kickoff return. They're definitely not going to have him on kickoff return, which it showed that they had Debo as a starting kickoff returner. Not sure how I feel about that. I think, I don't want him to get injured. We need him more at receiver than I feel like we need him at kickoff. And I think that was the biggest thing with Eckler. We needed him more at running back than we did at kick return, which can't say nothing. He almost broke a couple. He did break one for a touchdown that got called back for a hold. But yeah, it's just, I think you need, and I know that's why they got Jalen Lane to be he's going to be the punt returner. He may ended up going to be the kick returner. We'll see how that plays out. But you just can't have it like that. I feel like you need to have your established kick returner. A lot of star receivers were punt returners and stuff like that. But then you don't want to put them back there and risk injury, because you don't want to lose your star player on injury. And not that Austin Eckler was a star player for last year, but I think there were certain times he helped us more at the running game because he has that burst. Was a few times he was he was one of the reasons we lost the championship game. I think it was a fumble. He fell down, got back up, and had the ball knocked away from him. I think one was an interception, might have been his fault or something. But yeah, he's not perfect. Got the team back out there warming up, So it looks like the game should be starting soon, that's a good plus. Got them all back out there warming up. So plays resuming at 11:30 officially. So we got 10 more minutes before the game starts back up. Appreciate all you for being here, hanging out with me, especially when there's so many people on live right now. I appreciate it. I really do. Joe Milton. I think Joe Milton is I don't know if he'll ever be a starter. I think he has a chance to be a starter one day. But I like him a lot. I liked him in college. Feeling the computer, see if it feels hot. It's a little warm. All right. Alright, I am going to go do something real quick. I will be right back. Give me a couple minutes. There, be right back. That'll work. That'll help keep it cool. Alright, we're back. We ain't got a small fan to put down here. To put on the modem, kind of keep it cooler down here. It was getting a little warm. Didn't think the game would be going on this long. Appreciate you guys for still hanging out with me. Getting ready. Remember, the Eagles going to get the ball back where we had a fumble recovery. it's still working. I had to make sure it was charged. Oh man, they got an ad for The Voice right now on. That show, I remember when it came out. That show used to be really good. I like the original cast it had with was Adam Levine. You had Blake Shelton. Who else was on there? Man, I'm drawing a blank. Who else was on that show? Pharrell was on there. That was a decent one. I can't remember who the girl judge. I know Gwen Stefani came a little bit later on. Maybe she was there the whole time. I can't remember. But that's when I thought it was the best that it was. I want to say it was a different girl singer. But I remember when she was on there. I thought that's when it was pretty good. And now it just showed that, you know, some of the people, I think it was Luke Bryan, Snoop Dogg, Reba McEntire, and I didn't even know who the other guy was. But that's, I know you have them on there for to try to get the ratings, because everybody knows who Reba is. At least I believe, especially in the country community, everybody knows who Reba is. Snoop Dogg, I don't know why he's a coach for The Voice. That's a singing show. Doesn't really make sense, but we're not here to talk about The Voice. We're here to talk about some football. Which I wish would hurry up and start. Should be starting, you know, it says in 3 minutes, so. Oh, got some rain coming in over here. Alright, looks like we're getting ready. Got it 1st and 10. Dak is dancing, getting ready. Showing the Jalen Carter incident again. Oh, they're trying to say that Dak spit towards them in the huddle. I mean, whether he did or didn't, you can't spit on the quarterback, especially right in front of the referee. That's the biggest thing. You can't do it in front of the referee. Especially, why are you all the way over there? That's the biggest deal. Why are you all the way over there? Got in his head, though. You know, you're over there. All right, here we go. 3rd quarter, 4:44 left to go. 1st and 10. Finally, the game has started back. Took it long enough. Eagles ball. Stop Barkley for behind the line. Looks like the TV version on here is just a few seconds behind what is here on ESPN, which is not a big deal. Make sure that fan's still working. Sometimes it likes to go out on me. Second and 11. Incomplete pass. I almost got him. That just shows where it's like. It just shows where it comes back to not having Micah Parsons. You know, just because they can get back there. I mean, that was Diggs rushing, coming from the cornerback position. But, I mean, you got to be able to get him down when you get back there. I mean, because he had him. That should have been a sack. You know, I don't know how that wasn't intentional grounding. I know the running back was over there, but he was nowhere near where he threw. But that's one of those penalties that never really made sense to me. Got to get him in the tackle zone. Oh, coming after him again, and he just gets past him, stops him there. Jalen's gonna have to learn to get down, or he's gonna end up getting injured again, like he did last season. Gain of 8, 4th down. Here we go. Got a punt. If you're the Cowboys, that's what you needed right there. You needed to come in, stop whatever momentum they had before the delay. That was Deron Bland. So looks like the corners cannot tackle when it comes to blitzing. They can get back there, but they can't make the tackle. And, you know, if you let a guy like Jalen Hurts, you know, if you don't tackle him, he's going to make you pay for it. That's what we did. Good punt. All right, let's see on the deck. Again, give it to Williams. Something on my arm. I think Williams is going to be their go-to back. I mean, it doesn't help that, you know, I mean, I think they wanted by committee, but, you know, the interception on Sanders really helped seal the deal when it comes to that. I think you got to give it to Williams there. Yeah, a few seconds behind. Dak with a pass to Ferguson. They almost got him back there. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Man, those guys, Cowboys fans in the Eagles Stadium, you know, they're hearing it all night, especially if Philly loses. Oh, man, those guys are going to have a rough time getting out of there. Five seconds. Coming with the pressure. Gets it out of there. CeeDee Lamb. 14 yards. Yeah, their line was back there in a rush. Oh, man, left tackle didn't even... Had 2 guys to pick up and let both of them basically almost get by. They barely got that one out of there. So you're seeing both teams get back there with pressure. Just neither of them able to get to the actual quarterback. Javonte Williams, another run for about 3 yards. Yep, 3 yards. Second and 7. It's a good little drive going. Sam Howell is on the Eagles, so I was right. This was his 4th team. Just saw him on the sidelines right there. Yeah, I mean, this is a good little drive. If you're the Cowboys, this is what you needed after that fumble. Setting up a screen. The CeeDee Lamb loses yards. Lost 3 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. So that was not what they wanted. This goes back. So I think that just kind of resets every time a new video is put up. I think that's what it's doing. Into the 3rd quarter. We waited all that time. Didn't really get much of nothing, but now we're going into the 4th quarter. Same score, 24-20. Eagles are on the 49. Yeah, rain is coming down now. You hear it pretty loud over here. See, win percentage is 69% for the Eagles. I mean, all they need is a touchdown, which, like I said, they were in the red zone and fumbled. So, it's going to come back to haunt them. That's 3 points. It could be 24-23 at the minimum. They could have the lead, but fumbles. I can't remember who it was said, it doesn't matter how good you play. If you can't hold on to the football, you'll never make it in the league. There's been a lot of running backs, so I thought were really good players, but fumbled way too much. There was one, I can't remember. I think it was Matt Jones, something like that. I think it was a running back out of Florida. Very good running back, I thought, but came to the NFL and he couldn't hold on to the ball. Fumbled way too much and bounced around a few teams, and every team he got on, he dropped the ball and gave it to the other team, and can't have that. Not in the NFL. Not when points matter. That's the same thing with Sanders. Right there, you can't have it, especially at this high level when you're playing against especially a division rival, division game. You can't have it. All right, here we go. Start of the 4th quarter. Prescott, there's a CD, incomplete. 4th down. Right off his hands. Should have had that too. Paid all that money and dropping the ball. That's the biggest thing when you pay a wide receiver. If you pay a wide receiver a bunch of money, he's got to catch the ball. Coach is dapping him up there. Can't dap him up. That's not... they're going to show Turpin. They're going to try to say maybe it was like a pass interference type deal on Turpin there. Punt. Oh, good punt. Down to the 13. That's a good punt. Put him back into their own red zone. Uh, 11:40, man. It is late. But we're going to be here to the end of the game. I appreciate you all. Can't even speak. I appreciate you all for being here, hanging out in the read zone. Make sure you like, subscribe. I can't talk. Like, subscribe. Do all the good stuff. A.J. Brown, 16 routes, 0 targets. Ain't that something? Pay that man all that money. I wonder if he's had his book. And maybe what it is, he ain't read his book. Saquon Barkley, 8 yards. Said he was the number 1 player last year. I believe it. I mean, you hurdle over a guy backwards. I mean, plays like that were just ridiculous last year. With that offensive line, I mean, he had a fantastic year. I believe he was. I mean, anybody can say whatever they want to. I believe he was the main reason that they won the Super Bowl, went to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl. I know people will say Hurts and the defense and blah, 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 but I think Saquon Barkley had something to prove. And sucks to be a Giants fan to watch that. I mean, that's Commanders fans. We've seen we've seen players go, and the biggest one, Champ Bailey, go on to have success and stuff like that. Trent Williams with San Francisco. He never won a Super Bowl, but had a good season. Gonna do the tush push. Yep. First down. Yeah, we stopped the Commander stopped the tush push a few times last season, but also had the a couple offsides and stuff like that. It's one of those plays. I mean, you can't ban it. I know people call for the ban of the play. As much as I hate the play, I mean, you just got to learn to stop it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's basically just all it is a quarterback sneak. But I mean, all you got to do is they got to find a way to hit him. Penalty, too many men on the field, 5 yards. Been a lot of flags this game. I'm curious to see how many have actually been called. Nothing that's really changed the game in any way, but definitely had a few penalties that were so-so. I mean, that one's obvious. Saquon Barkley, 4 yards. Yep, 4 yards. So it'd be 2nd and 1. $12 minutes to go. No gain. Solomon Thomas. I thought him coming out of college, he was going to be either a good or he was going to be a bust. I mean, I thought that there wasn't really a middle for him, but he's kind of bounced around. Played at San Francisco. I think he played at, I think they said the Jets, but Maybe he's found a little. Maybe he's found some footing. I did cut my finger earlier. Going for another tush push. And got it. That's just one of those plays that just, I think unless somebody gets hurt trying to defend it or someone on the offensive line gets hurt, they're not going to ban that play at all. Devontae Smith, 7 yards. Yep. 2nd and 3. 10 minutes to go. And if you're the Eagles, this is what you want. Just kind of let the clock die down. No rush. Take your time. Run the clock down. Pass to Barkley. Ooh, almost got him. Ooh, what a stiff arm. What a stiff arm. Who was that? I don't know who he stiffed arm. Man, that was a mean looking stiff arm. Had him behind the line. That's what makes Saquon Barkley just so good. Left tackle, let him go on that one. It was a linebacker. I mean, boy, stiff arming linebackers to the ground. That is ridiculous. Hand off to Barkley. Stopped him behind. Ooh, what a loss. Not the same guy stiffed arm, but Hudson. I don't know who that is. I don't know all the Cowboys defensive players. Oh, Houston. James Houston. Okay. Yeah, I liked him coming out of college. Got to reset this. Timeout, Philadelphia. Play clock was winding down. 8 minutes and 26 seconds remaining. Philadelphia Eagles are on their own 41. 2nd and 14. And it moved again. There we go. Yeah, it's definitely late. Got me starting to yawn now. The only thing about these late games over on the East Coast, it just gets so late at night. Just did started. I'm not gonna be able to stop. Oh man. And I've finished my drink now. Running on fumes, man. Lindsay Lohan, what a bounce back. What a bounce back. She was done for about 10 years ago. I mean, there was no way. Everybody said she was going to be the next one crashing out, which means she did, a lot of problems, but to see the way she's bounced back and how good she looks and everything. It's awesome. I loved Lindsay Lohan. Her and who was the other one around that? Lizzie McGuire, because they were both kind of around the same time period. They were awesome. Movie wise, looks wise, everything. All right, second 14. Saquon on the sidelines, catching his breath. Jalen Hurd drops back, scrambling, just throws it away. Third 14. I mean, Cowboys defense has stepped up this second half. I mean, they've gave up some first downs. I mean, I don't know how you're going to stop that. Fell on him. What was that? What was that, Dickerson? Yeah, oh man, he was injured in the. Yeah, I done that on one of my shorts. On the news, NFL news that I did. He suffered an injury early in the training camp. They weren't sure if he was going to be ready to go. Got rolled up on there, it looked like. Pass. Was that Goddard? Fighting for yardage. Fourth down at the 50. I'm going to send out the punt team. Oh, they're going to go for it. 4th and 4. Staying offense, staying on the field. They're going to try to draw them off sides. They're going to go for it. Let's see. I don't think they're going to run a play. Nope. Delay again. Yeah, I didn't think they would run a play there. Didn't make sense. Try to draw them off sides. Defense didn't jump. Punt unit comes out. If you're Dallas, that's what you needed that drive. Needed another stop. So that's 2 back-to-back stops. This offense got to come through and do something. Got to get some points on the board. Got to get some points on the board. Brought it bounds at the 10. Keeps walking. 13-yard line. Good punt. Seven minutes, 20 seconds left to go. They put it at the 11. Excuse me. Seven minutes, 20 seconds to go. Stop moving. Who we think gets the win? Eagles look like they're probably going to pull it out, but Dallas has got to do something on offense here to have a chance. Got to do something here. Stream's been going for an hour and a half. I appreciate you all for being here. I appreciate you all for checking in and hanging out. I know there's a lot of shows and a lot of people you could be hanging out with right now watching this game, so I appreciate you for being here. Fan still going. Yep. Holding that down nice and good. The modem was getting a little hot, so I had to put a fan down there. Computer's not used to me being on this long. So definitely will keep that in the back of my mind for the next upcoming streams, so we keep that cool down back there. Good thing is, with it coming 1 o'clock game on Sunday, won't need to have the lights on as much, so it won't be as hot in here. Alright, that's Prescott dropping back. CeeDee Lamb. First down. That puts CD over 100 yards now. Yep, there you go, 109. And A.J. Brown still hasn't had a catch or a target. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hey, Duff. Stop behind the line. 2 yards. 2-yard loss. Williams. Just let him right through the line. He didn't even have a chance on that one. Sure. Oh, the Turpin. Ooh. Made one miss. Got back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. I haven't seen a lot of deep balls this second half. A lot of dump offs, little short throws. All right, 3rd and 10. 5 minutes and 35 seconds to go and counting. Clock running down. Short play. 3 yards. 4th down. I mean, they're going to have to go for it. Or do you punt here and hope you get the stop? I mean, you don't want to give the ball up on your own 27, so I guess they're going to have to punt. But, man, again, offensive line are just letting guys through. Yeah, Jalen Carter, if he wouldn't have been so stupid and spit on Dak before the game even started, he would have monstered this game. Because his line is just running through Dallas's offensive line. They don't even stand a chance. Good punt. Fair catch. At the 30-yard line. No, 24. I thought it was at the 30. My bad. 4:43 left to go. Can Dallas get the stop and get back on offense, or is Philly going to run out the rest of this clock? We shall see. Just leave it there. That's why it's there, though. That little ad that's playing at the top. There we go. And then it moves again. Son of a bitch. I can't do it. Just leave it there. It's bothering me, but whatever. 4 minutes to go. Very uneventful second half. No points scored. Rain delay took all momentum out of this game. It's just a bunch of but you can't get wrong. I mean, defenses are finally coming to play in the second half, you know. Dallas's offensive line has not been good all night. And then the Eagles, not even targeting A.J. Brown in the first game is going to be wild. So I think this drive they'll make sure and give him a slant or something. Yeah, if they get out of here with a win, if they win the game, it's not going to be as big of a deal. But if they lost, man, then the Eagles would hear from everybody, especially their own fans, paying them all that money. Yeah, the offensive line is just getting dominated this first game. CeeDee Lamb had a big drop. Jerry Jones looks like he's falling asleep. I'm right there with you, Jerry. Right there with you, man. Got to get something going. Run here. No game. I mean, Saquon hasn't really done a lot in the run game. I think he still has some decent yardage. I don't know exactly what the total is. So they've done decently stopping the run, but Jalen Hurts in the first half was escaping the pressure. It's contagious. Once you start, it's just so hard to stop. 2nd down and 10. I'm sure they're just going to run it. They're just going to keep running. Nope. Drop back pass, short pass. No. Oh, get out of there. Escaping the pressure. 2-yard game. Three yards. 3rd and 7. Got to get the stop here. Yeah, nothing wrong there. Pushed him before he even got out of bounds. Barely even touched him anyway. That was 2-hand touch right there. All right, 3rd down. A.J. Brown still doesn't have a target. Does he get one here? Jahan Dotson. It's crazy that Jahan Dotson has been the go-to target this game. He got popped, though, didn't he? Yeah, he did. There's a reason he was traded from the Commanders. And it's not because he can catch the ball. But he's not going to get you any actual yak. Like, he'll catch a deep ball. He can get one every now and then. But he doesn't have that extra oomph to make him when he was a first-round pick. Like, you see him. He got popped right there. Went nowhere. And that's his MO, which is nothing wrong with that. That's his MO. Another good punt. Nah. There's that Turpin back there. They ain't going to let you get it. Out of bounds at the 18. So 3 minutes and 2 seconds left to go to see if the Dallas Cowboys can come back and do anything here. They need a touchdown to win. And this is where that fumble comes back. They have a great kicker, and what's his name, Aubrey, great kicker. But if you wouldn't have fumbled in the red zone and at least got a field goal out of there, all you would need is a field goal here. Defense has done enough this second half for you to do something, but the fumble has come back to hurt you, and now you need a touchdown with 3 minutes to go. So we're going to see how the rest of this plays out. Oh me, 12 o'clock it's 12 o'clock in the morning. Conversation got boring. I'd be heading to bed soon, but we're waiting on the football game to end. Watching teams I don't even like, but it's week 1. Oh me. Let's go. Enough with the commercials. Don't you think we had enough? We had a whole weather delay here, people. Oh, popped it back. That felt good. All right, here we go. 3 minutes to go. Ball on the Dallas 18. Ooh, pass to Ferguson, 5 yards. That was good coverage by Bond there. He was all on him on that one. Made him fight for that one. The CD. Ooh, that was almost intercepted. Those looked like they were a little off. A little not on the same page there. Oh, snap wasn't good either. Yeah, he almost got intercepted there. Threw it a little bit too high. Now we're 3rd and 5. George Pickens, first down. Gain of 15. So we had 2:52 to go on the 38. That was a good catch. George Pickens is like how Jalen Carter is. A talented player, just is not professional. Oh, going deep. Got CD, he dropped it again. Can't catch nothing to save his life. Second drop ball. Paid him all that money. Had his guy beat. Right in the bucket. Can't place it any better than that. That was a perfect ball. You got to catch that. Dak drops back. That one's getting tricky there. Who was that to? Schoonmaker. That was almost intercepted. That looked like triple coverage at the end. Yeah, CD. That was right in the breadbasket. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go. 3rd and 10. I mean, they have to go for it now on 4th. So it doesn't matter. Draw back. Thought about running. Pass to Williams. 4th down. Gain of 7. So 4th and 3. 2-minute warning coming up. I don't think they're going to get a playoff before the 2-minute. I would have called a play. None of their offense. I would have called a play there. None of the defense knew what to do. They were just kind of standing around. I would have threw a little slant to Pickens or you can't trust CD right now. That's 2 big drops. The one earlier was on, I believe, was on a 3rd down. I could be wrong, but that one was in the breadbasket. I mean, it wasn't going to be a touchdown because he would have got tackled right then. But I mean, that still would have been at least a 20, 30-yard gain. And here we are, 4th and 3 on the Dallas 45 with 2 minutes left to go. At least we get a little bit of action now after kind of a pretty much boring second, basically ever since they came back from the weather delay. This has been a pretty boring game. Those are the first few deep balls they've had, and like I said, CD, I mean, got to make that catch there. All right, here's the ball game. 4th and 3. And shotgun. Drop back. He's got him open. Dropped it again. CD drops it again. 3rd drop of the ball game. Can't come up with it. That's game. Philadelphia takes over on downs. Dallas has three timeouts, but unless they stop it, I mean, it's pretty much over. That's ball game. He had him beat. Ball was a little overthrown, but again, hit him in the fingertips. Another drop ball. 3 drops. And guess what? Going home with a loss. I mean, you got to make the catch. Again, in their hands. CD may have lambs, but he ain't got no hands. And they stopped Saquon. Timeout. CD going in the blue tent. I think they're going to check and see if his hands are still there. Now they're going to check him for a concussion, most likely. Still doesn't excuse it. You get paid big money to catch those balls. They're showing the one where he missed it earlier on the big play. They got to show the other one earlier though, where he missed it on the one that hit him in the chest as well. 3 plays where you expect your number one receiver to make those plays. That's the difference, you know. Philadelphia hasn't even targeted their number one wide receiver in A.J. Brown. And CeeDee Lamb, he has over 100 yards, but when they needed him the most, he can't make a catch. So, Jalen Hurts going to pass. They're going to try to end the game right here. Got it to A.J. Brown. First catch. All it took was 4 quarters, almost, with 1:51 left to go. Second timeout. 1 minute, 42 seconds. It took that long for A.J. Brown to get a target. I don't know how the clock didn't stop. We went out of bounds. We got knocked out of bounds. So 3rd and 3. Ball game here. Philly gets the first down. This game over. Dallas gets the stop. I mean, all they need is a few yards, and then they push it. Going empty backfield. Jalen Hurts up the middle. First down. Ball game. And that's your ball game. Dallas calls another timeout. Hurts got hit at the end of that play. Just right up the middle. Got a hold right there. That was missed. Should have been a hold. And that'll pretty much do it for this game. Just nailed it from here. And the Cowboys will go down 0-1. Philadelphia's Eagles 1-0. CeeDee Lamb has no hands. You can pat your chest all you want, admitting, that I had to talk trash to a Cowboy friend. He's wearing a CD jersey. And that's the ball game right there. Well, we're going to get out of here. I appreciate everyone for checking in today. I appreciate everybody for being here on the stream. Thank you. It means a lot for your. Thank you for your support. Thank you for just tuning in. Like I said, and I don't know if we'll be live tomorrow for the game. We shall see how life plays out. With the kids and stuff. But most likely we probably will be here for the Sunday game at 1:00. Commanders versus the Eagles. We'll probably check around the league on halftime, see what's going on. Again, appreciate everyone for checking in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for checking out the Read Zone. We'll catch you in the next one.